All right, let's talk about what I would do if I wanted to get big and jacked again. Uh, you know, um, yeah. So also, this is you know, uh, I have really crap genetics when it comes to what estrogen conversion. So obviously, I would not be taking a lot of pure testosterone. It would be um, just replacement, so just TRT. So people like to these bodybuilders online. They like to brag about, oh, I just do TRT. Well, yeah, because you convert as you aromatize it. So yeah, it's almost prophylactic to take testosterone in a stack, in a bodybuilding stack. Um, it's like, do I really need it, or why is it there? But yeah, obviously, if you're mass building, I mean, and if you're taking like a lot of estrogen blockers and maybe trenbolone, then yeah, it can help you, to have a high testosterone dose, but you really don't need it. And I am, so yeah. Anyway, I would take like 200 milligrams of testosterone a week, max. Uh, and then what I would do is I would get my hands on. Oh yeah, I would consider now. I think the most difficult thing to do is, for me especially, is to preserve as much leanness as possible while bulking up. Um, because even now I struggle with my facial puffiness from the cycles I've done. So, but I suppose it's inevitable. I mean, again, it would be really difficult for me to preserve my facial, some kind of reasonable facial leanness while putting on muscle. Looking back, it would probably be damn near impossible, um, because I don't know, any sort of anabolism just makes my face puffy as fuck. So yeah, it would be 200 testosterone. So I wouldn't bother with estrogen blockers, I suppose. I would take Anavar. See how much I can push the Anavar by itself with testosterone. From my previous experience, that already made my back look massive and quite good. Uh, and then what else? Then I would probably take some Vinstrol as well, and that's already quite a powerful stack. Um, Take obviously whatever you can find to protect your liver, because Vinstrol and Anavar obviously are all oral steroids, so they're very heavy on your liver. Um, then see where those two will take me. Um, the the transformation would be pretty quick. Um, Now, I remember when I took NPP, how big I got. Um, I didn't mix it with Vinstrol. Um, but NPP has had the NPP I had some nasty side effects. Um, so again, if I wanted to be bigger and bigger, then I would probably experiment with NPP a little bit again. I would not be taking Deca, uh, just because. See, these are the risky things, you know. Like, my facial puffiness currently is still, I still attribute it to Deca. Fortunately, as much as I like it, I really enjoyed Deca, but and I enjoyed NPP as well. Um, but you know, you have to think about your facial leanness in the future. I mean, you know, maybe you don't think about it now, but you will care about it eventually. Uh, you know, you wanna have your face as lean as possible. Um, you know, but perhaps you're one of those lucky people that not have a lean face while being morbidly obese, or just you know, just in general. Uh, and it's good for you, then this stack will work, and then you can take some NPP. I do not recommend you do it though. So what else would I do? Um, yeah, so then you know you would want to get some definition after doing that stack for a while. I would want to get some definition because you wouldn't be able to see a lot of the muscle that has built up. So then the estrogen blockers come in. Um, you know, probably some, probably a few of them, and very powerful ones. Um, and see where I'm at there. Start. Uh, then I would include Masteron in there. Um, and Arimidex just to begin with, and then yeah, then I would have to try and lean out more because again would not be able to see the muscle, you know. And what is next? And probably stop Vinstro but stay on Anavar, and and then see how NPP feels like. Uh, and probably get off of that as well uh, when trying to to get more definition. And yeah, and then so this is clearly it's a cycle, but I would not be getting off of everything. So as you can see, the only reason I would get off of Vinstrol and NPP and then switch it to Masteron and Arimidex and other estrogen blockers is because uh, the bloat, you know, they bloat me. So that's the only reason. Um, and also, you know, people talk about cycles, but this is what cycles are. But it doesn't mean you ever get off of steroids. You're always on something. You know, you always want to be enhanced. You know, otherwise you're just gonna look, you know, not enhanced. You're gonna look like you don't work out at all. You know. Yeah, let's maybe talk about exercising. I guess something I really enjoy, especially on steroids. So, yeah, what I would do is I would go to the gym every day, and ideally live right. Well, here in Bangkok, my gym is in the building, so just making sure that I can pop into the gym and pop out of the gym like that. Make sure that I can just go in, it's right there, go out. However, I would stay there for 2 to 3 hours, inevitably every day. Sometimes 1.5 hour maybe, but um, now here's a funny thing. I also the reason one of the reasons I enjoyed the gym a lot was uh, the people you're surrounded with. That helps you. That helps me a lot too. Honestly, psychologically, it's great for you, for me. Um, so if I had the option to live right next to like one of the biggest gyms, I can find, full of people. I think it's great. And you get to show off your body. People look and people ask you how long did it take you. What do you do? Um, and you know, it helps to have some women around too when you're working out. It just kind of gives you a it gives you a it gives me a massive boost. um, I've never chatted up girls in the gym. um, I didn't feel the need to, but just having girls around while you're working out, is a massive boost. um, so this is and yeah, 2 to 3 hours a day. um, Now the way I work out is, this is quite important actually, to prevent injury, and especially when you're enhanced, you want to prevent injuries, because you will see and hear all these every single athlete, bodybuilder, even amateurs, they always have so many surgeries because they get injured, right? When you're enhanced like this, you have to be very careful about your tearing stuff, tearing your joints, your ligaments, so that's why you don't lift heavy when you're enhanced, or ever. If you can avoid it, then don't lift heavy. um, I would feel, I always felt, when I was on steroids, I would get this pump, right? And it feels incredible, and it makes you feel so strong, and it's just such a good feeling, and your muscles look so much bigger. So to get that pump, you're stressing the muscle, but not with heavy weight. you the way I always did it is as medium weight, and just a lot of reps, and getting blood into the muscle, and and essentially getting the pump that I want. It feels incredible, and I never felt like doing heavyweight uh, was beneficial in any way. I built muscle just fine doing medium weight, and a lot of reps. So you want to go, if you're doing that, what I'm doing, what I was doing. I do not recommend you do it. Oh, when it comes to exercise, you can replicate this. I would go till failure, right? Every set. So it will get ridiculous. I would do a lot of reps, but it's till failure. So I would do until I cannot go, or basically. Um, so often I would do 20 reps, 30 reps. I'm not gonna lie to you. 20 to 30 reps was an average per set for me. Um, and Yeah, it would sometimes get annoying to others. It's like, why is he doing 30 reps, right? Um, anyway, um, what else? Uh, Cardio. I never did cardio. Um, Only when I was leaning out last time, I did a lot of cardio, but um, I never did cardio. I think if you're trying to build muscle and you're on, and if I'm trying to build muscle and I'm all these compounds, I mean, cardio would only be useful for preserving my heart more, or like trying to save my cardiovascular system. Um, and yeah, maybe it'll give you a little bit more of an edge on getting leaner, but I was focused more on building muscle, so I rather spend that time and effort and focus on hypertrophy exercise than you know than cardio. Um, and when it comes to diet, um, yeah, a lot of protein, so a lot of chicken. I never messed with anything else, just a lot of chicken. Um, and rice, and I would not suggest to eat bread ever, actually. Uh, but you can if you want. But it's as simple as you have to be on a lot of calories to support this bulk. And then if you wanna be leaner and you wanna have more definition, then just eat less, right? Uh, and the only advice here is if you're cutting and leaning out, avoid milk, dairy products, avoid bread completely. Honestly, avoid carbs in general. Um, but you can have as much sugar, especially liquid, like sugar in the liquid, as you want. Um, Honestly, that's a pretty good diet. Is just to drink a lot of sugar, uh, in my experience. Um, you know, and what else to avoid? Um, that's about it. Yeah, and generally, yeah, caloric deficit will lean you out, but you don't have to worry so much about it if I'm taking all these enhancers. Appetite suppression kicks in, and you know it just helps me. It just leaves me out by itself in a way. All right, thank you all for watching. If you need any help, uh, shoot me an email, and I will help you. Uh, Thank you for watching. Bye bye.